right. Beautiful, beautiful. As I told you, we have Catherine Odhiambo with us, acting CEO, Kimisitu Sacco. Catherine, welcome to Captain of Industry.
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, it's quite interesting being a CEO, yeah? And being an acting CEO. Most of the people don't know the difference between these two. Let's just start there. What's normally the difference about that?
Okay. An acting CEO comes in when the CEO, the substantive CEO is not in the office.
Okay.
So you find that when that vacancy happens, the organization usually appoints someone to sit in that seat because the organization must move on. And based on that, somebody will be appointed with the capacity of acting to ensure that he picks on the activities of the CEO. In terms of work, the person is expected to do the work of the CEO. Okay. Yes.
Quite interesting. So for starters, you know, Kimisitu, from the name itself, it even denotes, you know, forests. It's like a big forest, Kimisitu, you know, as we know, Kimisitu is forest. And you are the acting CEO of Kimisitu Sacco. And today we are in nature at Arboretum.
Yes.
Is there a connection there? Do you have love for nature? When did this begin?
Okay, thank you. Kimisitu was formed in 1985 by a team of staff from ICRAF.
Okay.
ICRAF deals with agroforestry. And the name Kimisitu came from Kilimo na Misitu, which is agriculture and forestry, agroforestry. Okay. So that is how that name was coined.
Oh.
Yes.
I just butchered it. I thought it was a big forest.
Yeah, so it has forest, but it also has agriculture.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah, that's quite interesting. So for you, nature is very pertinent in what you do?
Yes, we ensure that we do nature. Like the other day, we were planting trees in Karura, and we donated quite a number of seedlings. We have a Kimisitu Foundation that deals with such. Yeah. And we also have a Kimisitu Forest in Kilgoris. Yeah, so we ensure that we are able to conserve the nature.
Ah, yeah. I see that. So, Catherine, I mean, the country has a goal, even before we come specifically, we are supposed to plant billions of trees. And this is actually a good goal. The world that we live right now, we need to be more environment conscious, make investments that matter. You dealing with and being very close in the world of agriculture and trees. Do you see us achieving that particular goal, just from your observation as an insider right now?
Okay, what I can say that organizations and also individuals have seen that it is quite key that for us to conserve the world, the earth as itself, because with the ozone layer thinning out, we have to ensure that we plant trees. We have to ensure that with the trees you can feel the clean air that is here. Yeah, because of the trees. So previously you'll find that people were cutting down trees. They didn't know the importance. But I believe that awareness have been put, especially countries even like Kenya, to ensure that even have a day that it's just a date for planting trees. So all people of all categories, even children, know the importance of trees.
Yes. That's amazing. You know, trees is part and parcel of life. I mean, it's part even of our air circulation.
Yes.
We give out CO2, give oxygen, take in oxygen, give out CO2. Beautiful. That codependency of nature is very, very important. Let me go back. Where did you grow up? How is it like being baby Catherine?
I grew up in Eastlands, Nairobi. Yeah, I went to school in St. Anne's Primary School. Yes, then secondary I was at Aria Secondary. And I can say my parents, I'm the firstborn. We are 5 in our family. Being the firstborn and the first girl child, me and my dad, we are very close. And my parents really molded us as we are going to be people who are responsible And I can say that has really taught us a lot in terms of responsibilities. Being the firstborn, you just know, and being a girl, when that you'll be told that you are responsible, when there are way it seems that you are the one that is in charge. Yeah, so it really helped me in taking responsibilities quite early in life.
Okay.
And that has also assisted me in the leadership.
Yes. And we'll come to that. But how was Eastlands back then, compared to Eastlands right now? Has it really changed? They say Nairobi has changed, population has grown, we are so many. I don't know for Eastlands where you grew up. Has it really changed from...
I can say things have changed. Because I remember us playing until late in the night. Playing from morning, you'll just go and...
Okay.
Past 7, that's when you go back to the house.
Okay.
Opposed to nowadays that children are in the house. And there was spacious places. Nowadays it's been grabbed. People have done other places. People have grabbed some land. So it's not as spacious as before. Yeah. At that time, Njogoo Road was just a single road. Now it's dual. Yeah, because I used to cross Njogoo Road when going to school. Yes, and there were trees that were planted along the road. So it was quite... Well, one time we'll go sit down under the trees. It was quite interesting. Opposed to now, things have really changed.
Wow.
Over the years.
Let's take a small walk. In regards to, you mentioned being the firstborn daughter. These days, I go through YouTube, we're in the age of mental health. So sometimes people are saying, being a firstborn daughter, sometimes if it is not handled well, it comes with a lot of trauma because you are sort of a parent or introduced to parental duties as a very young child. So some have claimed that they miss out on that childhood. But you say, being a firstborn daughter in your household, that sense of responsibility shaped the leader that you are today. How so?
You'll find that you'll be told that my siblings, I can say we are not so much in terms of age difference. Previously people would get... I can say our gap is we are 5. Gap is 7 years and we are 5.
Oh. Yes.
So you'll find that they've not left me so much in terms of age, but it was still expected. That ensure that the children bath themselves, ensure that the house is clean. So you'll find that you'll still be given that. But for me, it depends with how somebody takes it. And I can say also my parents, in as much as they'll say, but that is when they're living. But in as much as they were telling me, take care, we are coming back, we are leaving, we are traveling. It was not so much hectic, because also during those days, you'll find that your aunties and uncles, there'll always be somebody around, some relatives around in the house. Yes, so that also made it quite easy, because there'll be somebody apart from myself, a grown-up, who will also assist.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So that sense of leadership at a very young age, sort of how did it trickle into what you do today? Because you entered Kimisitu as an official part of this Sacco, as a staff, and you've grown within, and part of growth is taking responsibility, more responsibilities, challenging yourself. Talk to me about that early introduction to responsibility and how it married into your work as a staff and also career growth within Kimisitu.
Okay, with that, it meant that when I joined Kimisitu, in as much as I had my job description, I did not stick to it. When I joined, we were just 2 staff, myself and the manager then. And you'll find that there are a lot of work that now I was doing. I was doing the accounting work, I was doing customer care, I was doing marketing, I was doing procurement. I was doing all the departments that are in Kimisitu right now, maybe except the internal audit. But I was doing almost everything to ensure that everything continues. And in doing that, it also assisted me, because it also helped me to grow in organization knowledge. And also in terms of being part, because I can say that I've been part of Kimisitu growth from the time that we were in ICRAF, where we had just a small office. Then we went to Mishi, we rented. Thereafter, we bought a house in Woodlands and turned it to office space. That is in 2005.
Oh.
Yes. And thereafter, when I was acting CEO, we were able to buy the space that we are in AA Plaza, where we have our fossa and we have the entire first floor.
Okay.
So having that responsibility, sense of responsibility, meant that I did not just stick to what I'm supposed to do, but I went an extra.
Yeah.
Because that was that is what I'm used to, going extra.
Okay.
Yes, but I thank God for that, because also my parents also told me about when you feel that there's too much responsibility, also there's the part for God. That is also quite key to me in my growth, also in as leadership.
Oh,
yes.
I see that. That's quite interesting. You know, one of the things that I've realized is that we become, yeah? There is always a becoming. We are not complete. Even today, as acting CEO, there's a process that you are undergoing to better yourself, to be a better leader. But foundationally, how would you describe yourself and your style of leadership?
I'd say a democratic leader, whereby I give people opportunity. It started with me and my siblings, whereby we'll sit together. When I'm told that this and this needs to be done, I'll ensure that I share the duties. Then after that, I'll ensure that I go over and see if they've done what they're supposed to do. So the same still happens right now. When we have a number of things to do, we'll be able to share it out and see and give ourselves the timelines. You're going to do this. As a democratic leader, I'd expect the person to tell me, for this is my timeline. Yes, in as much as you have this one, then we'll be able to discuss and agree on the best. And if there's anything that is, any resources that is needed to ensure that that exercise is done also quickly, be able to deal with it. So it's quite important that you engage the people, engage the team, so that we work together. Because through working together, you say that when you go alone, you can go far. But when you go together, you can go further. So I ensure that we work the journey together, so that the team knows what is expected of us and what we can, all of us, contribute to ensure that we're able to achieve the goal.
Very, very important. How often do you come to Arboretum or such spaces? You know, you are a CEO. You're very busy. You guys are always busy in the office, calls. Yeah.
Of late, I've been so busy, but somebody must make time.
Okay.
It's also usually good to make time for leisure, make time for the family, because if you don't have that work-life balance, you can burn out.
Okay.
So it's quite key.
So how are you a walker? Are you a jogger? You know, some people are just...
I walk. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I don't jog. I just walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
I try to do 10,000 steps even when I'm at home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. So how do you warm up for your walk? Because we want to start a walk right here. Do you have specific warm-ups that you do? You can do this. Take it a little bit like that. Let's go like that. You can raise your hands. Take it a little bit further. That feels good. So, talking about the type of leadership that you espouse, I believe inspiration is one of the biggest things. But earlier on, I mentioned that leaders have to be readers. What is your favorite book? What book did you read that you were totally mind blown? A book that stood out for you?
The Bible.
The Bible?
Yes.
How? Talk to me about that, and how it shapes the kind of leader that you are.
The Bible has maybe let me say the story of David. David, if you look at the story of how he was anointed, you remember that he was just a shepherd boy. And when Samuel after Saul had gone astray and God had rejected him, Samuel was told to go to the house of Jesse, and there he was to be told to anoint one of his sons. So we find that even Jesse himself did not bring David, because for him he felt that that was just a boy. So he brought the other 7 sons, which each of them went before Samuel, and all of them were not accepted by God. And Samuel asked Jesse, do you have any other son? Because he was wondering. And also Samuel, when he saw the first son, he thought that this is the one. The second, this is the one. But all of them, God said no. God said he doesn't look at the physical, but he looks at the heart. So with that, he said that. Jesse was asked, do you have any other son? He said, yes, this one who's taking care of the sheep. He will sit. Samuel said, you won't sit until he comes here. And someone was called. Someone was told to go and bring him. So when he came, the Lord said, this is the one. For Samuel, he was just a young boy. But you'll find that even after he was anointed, it took some time before he became the king. Because God was still molding him. It took some years. From a boy to be somebody. He fought Goliath when he was just a boy. Because he used to fight the lions. And you find that this is these things that you do in your childhood that assist you when as you go into leadership. And with that, he knew that as long as he had the Lord with him, he was able to conquer. He was able to kill Goliath. When he was told, Saul gave him his armor to wear, but he said, this is too heavy. This is not me. For him, he just needed 5 stones. Yeah, and he said that if I'm going with the Lord, then I don't fear anything. And he was able to kill Goliath. Yet all the Israelites in the army, even his brothers, were afraid. So for me, there are some stories in the Bible that really, when I look at them and see how he still went through a lot before he became the king, in as much as he had been anointed. Because Saul wanted to kill him. But he also did not go after Saul. You know, mostly you find that people, once you've been anointed, just maybe somebody will start being proud and say, I've been anointed. Maybe could have gone and said that, now I need my army, go fight Saul because it's me who's been chosen. I've been chosen. But he let God's time to come. He didn't go fight for it. He let God to deal with it. He had an opportunity to kill Saul and become king, but he didn't do it. He let it be until God's time. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
so a lot of stories in the Bible that you pick lessons from in terms of patience, in terms of development as a leader. You know, you don't just become. There is a process to it. And it doesn't mean you'll be perfect. You'll fall. I mean, look at the...
Because David also went through it. There's a time he fell. Like I was just meditating the other day about David. The Saul who also fell when he went against God's direction. And there's David also who sinned. But you find that with Saul, he tried to justify his actions. But with David, when he was told he sinned, you see, he called for mercy and he was forgiven. So there are some things, lessons that when you meditate the Bible, for me, the Bible is the greatest because when I meditate, I see the stories that there, I'm able to meditate, and it really shapes me.
Wow, incredible. I'm looking at a leader, okay, in the Sacco movement. First of all, as a lady CEO, is it something that is quite rampant? You know, we live in the 21st century, it's 2026. There's always this call of gender equality, or gender parity that has not been achieved even in our National Assembly. In terms of leadership, your observation, is it something that is becoming normal? And secondly, your approach to it. Is it, I'm a human being, I'm qualified, let me be? Or again, you're still facing these stereotypes that society has struggled with for a long time?
Okay. Maybe just to start with my Sacco, and our board members, men are their third.
Oh!
Majority are ladies.
Okay.
So you just know our membership are not people who are so stereotyped that it's only men that they're able to vote. So I believe that the society has changed over the time, and there are quite a number of women CEOs in the industry. We have UN Sacco, Masibu, Elimu Sacco, Sauti. We have quite a number of Saccos that have ladies at the end.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is quite encouraging. What's your favorite dish, by the way? What do you enjoy the most?
What I enjoy the most?
Yeah.
Bajia.
Bajia. Bajia. I think the best bajias are the ones zenye zimechomewa mahali fulani. Eh? Ni kama mutura. Oh, bajia. That's beautiful. So if you would have one meal for the rest of your life, it will be bajia. Wewe ukiamka asubuhi unamkia bajia.
It's my favorite, but it does not mean that it's always there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Who would you say is that one person that you really admire? Like you look up to them as a leader, as a person?
My mother was a leader. My mother was somebody who, if I can see the way she brought us up, apart from that, not only us, even our relatives, that is our brothers and sisters, the way she managed the family. I need to admire the way she also did the work-life balance, because she was also a leader when she was working. And that also taught me quite a lot. And apart from that, even giving back to the society in terms of counseling people, young people. Find that we always had people coming in for counseling. Yeah, because she was quite good in terms of ensuring that she's able to share whatever she has, even in terms of knowledge, even in terms of advice. So she's the best thing that ever happened in my life. And I thank God for her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and may she rest in peace.
Wow. That's beautiful. The impact of a mother in a child's life.
Yes.
Totally mind-shifting. But we really appreciate you. Thank you very much, Catherine, for making time to speak to Captain of Industry. It's been a pleasure. Now, before we continue with our nature walk, has been Captains of Industry. Catherine Odhiambo is the acting CEO of Kimisitu Sacco, and she says that first of all, in the Sacco world, as a leader, she's a democratic leader, always consulting. As a person inspired by her mom to be the person that she is today, because she was a leader, the mother. So there is that generational impact. But most importantly, guess what? Her favorite food is bajia, but it doesn't mean that she'll have that for the rest of the day if that was the only option. Well, has been Captains of Industry. Thank you very much for being part of and parcel of this conversation. My name is Noki Kimboy. Let's continue with the nature walk, shall we? Bye-bye for now.